Message, and my final message, maybe the final message I give you from this podium, is that please, for your own safety, for that of your family, get your updated COVID-19 shot as soon as you're eligible.
Well, hard to follow Dr. Fauci, who I would argue has been the most important, consequential public servant in the United States in the last half century, and a leader and a role model for so many of us. So, Tony, thank you.
We have some shocking news when it comes to Social Security updates, the 8.7% COLA increase, things that you need to know are happening right here in this country when it comes to those on a fixed income. All this information is right here in this video. Stay tuned because this is a video you do not want to miss. Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another show where we keep you updated on things that are happening right here in our own backyard. We tell you the truth about stimulus checks, Social Security, and things that are actually happening in this country on a daily basis. My name is John Miro. This is True Life Investing. If you haven't become a part of the family yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and smash that like button to stay updated on all of this news. First, we're going to jump into some information about that COVID shot. They're literally saying that in order to make things better, get us away from the pandemic, that we should be taking our COVID-19 and flu shots. I'll get into that more in a second, as well as some stimulus check information, and then finish out with some very, very shocking news when it comes to Social Security. With all that information, let's dive in. If you're like me, then no, I have not gotten my COVID shot. I just don't feel like it's right. I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't want to grow a tail. No, I'm just joking about that last statement. Listen, there's been many people in my family, in fact, majority of my family have gotten COVID shots, my dad, my mom, and yet I just don't think I can make myself do it. I've heard too many good things and too many bad things, and let's just say I'm doing good, and I don't think I need it. I'm just saying, that's just me. But if you've gotten your COVID shot, then let me know down in the comments below. So right here, latest COVID vaccine will help people move on from the pandemic. So moving on from the pandemic, this COVID virus, will this actual vaccine help us get through it? Well, I'll leave it up to you viewers because they're saying that it will help us. With the Biden administration urging people to get both a COVID-19 booster, which they keep coming up with booster after booster, and it's not enough that you got this shot and that shot. Here's another shot that you have to get, and a flu shot to throw it on top of it as soon as possible. These vaccinations will help people move on from the pandemic. It's been obviously a long 2.5 years for Americans, and we understand that people want to move on, and I definitely agree with that. People are ready for the norm, and I hope that things get back to normal. The good news is that people can move on if they keep their immunity up to date. Now, the virus updated information has killed more than 1 million people in the United States. COVID-19 deaths are still averaging more than 2,000 per week, and only about 11% of the country has gotten the latest booster compared to 80% of people who completed the primary course of vaccination that was rolled out in 2021. And this is where it boils down to. People should be given the liberty to take this booster shot, whether they want to or whether they don't. I've never pressured anybody, and I don't want anybody pressuring me because, again, you have the right. It's freedom. Do you remember that big statue in New York, the Statue of Liberty? Gives everybody their own free will to decide whether or not they need this booster shot. And yes, if you're sick, stay inside, wash your hands, make sure you're putting hand sanitizer on, keep your distance. You don't just get sick and go hang around people. That's not something smart to do. But this is where I feel like this is a choice that everybody needs to make, and they have to really consider all the options, everything that comes along with your age, your health, where you work, your environment. And so there's so many things that play a factor in that. But this is very shocking news that they're still averaging more than 2,000 people per week are dying from COVID. Now, ever since the Biden administration got in, I haven't really heard anything about COVID, have you? This is very frustrating to me because when Trump was in, that's all you heard every day, all day, that it was his fault. People were getting the COVID, people were dying from it. It was all Trump's fault. And again, I'm neutral, but I don't like the blame game and I don't like the point the finger game. This was a virus that came from China and it hit America. And a lot of people lost their lives. And the administrations, whether it was Republican or Democrat, had to step up to do their job and take care of the American people. It's funny how the news media will only push certain things when somebody particulars in office that they don't like. I'm just saying, wanted to throw it out there. This is something that they've said. We've talked about this so many times. People aren't listening. The federal government's push for vaccinations while low booster rates remain the norm. What do? He reiterated that the vaccines give crucial protection, and he said he believes uptake will increase in the coming weeks. Historically, people tend to get their flu shot in November and December and to January. And like I said, this falls along the same lines with the flu. COVID picks up in the winter, and this is where I feel like many people are going to get their COVID shot. We think that it's incredibly important as we head into the holidays for people to update their immunity, get the new COVID vaccine, get the flu shot. It's a great way to stay safe and healthy this holiday season. Now, don't get me wrong. I would never tell anybody to get a COVID shot, and I would never not tell somebody that they should. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. This is where you have to do what you feel is right. And so there's a big debate, and I'll put this on the post in our community. So I'd like to really see what your thoughts are, and if you're interested in casting your vote or even sharing your opinion, then you're free to do so on the community page. I'm going to post that as soon as I get done with this video, so look out for that. Now, we know that Governor Newsom in California, he is a huge advocate for the Biden administration. He is a Democrat running for his office in California as the governor, and we know that he maybe had said something about becoming the next president or running, but then this article came out that Newsom told the White House he won't challenge Biden, the would-be pursuer of Trump, and DeSantis is all in for the president's reelection and willing to wait his turn. So this is something that many people kind of probably wish that he would run instead of Biden. Governor Gavin Newsom has won 3 elections in 5 years in America's largest state. Is apathetic about this party's messaging, defects, and follows Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and the right-wing media ecosystem with the zeal that he would put some opposition researchers to shame. But Newsom wants the word to go forth. He's not going to challenge President Biden for the Democratic nomination in 2024. So this is something that I'm going to be honest. Regardless of how much I do not agree with certain administrations, whether it's Trump, DeSantis, Newsom, the Biden, whoever's trying to run, I only want the best person for the job. So if Newsom is going to be the man for the job, then he should run, in my opinion, because we need the best person at this point in time. It's crucial for where we are at in our country, our economy. We need the best person for the job, and I kind of wish that if he was the right guy, he needs to step up and run for election. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. Now, moving on to some Social Security news, why not everyone will get an 8.7 COLA increase in 2023? We know that the cost of index went up, so why won't everybody get that raise? Well, right here, Social Security recipients will soon find out what their new monthly payments will be in 2023 after the 8.7 cost of living adjustment kicks in. Beginning in December, the Social Security Administration will start mailing COLA notices to beneficiaries, providing details on next year's payments amount. You might wonder why you have to wait for the SSA to tell you that the new amount when you could simply multiply your current payment by 8.7%. That's not how it works, however. Some payment increases will be higher than 8.7 and some will be lower. The reason is that the COLA is applied to your primary insurance rather than your current benefit, and the two are not always the same. According to the Social Security Administration, the PIA, or the primary insurance amount, is the benefit you would get if you elect to begin receiving retirement benefits at your normal or full retirement age. At this age, the benefit is neither reduced for early retirement nor increased for delayed retirement. The PIA formula sounds something like you'd study in a college calculus course. It's based on the sum of three separate percentages of portions of average indexed monthly earnings. Wow, that's a whole lot. The portions depend on the year a recipient reached age 62, became disabled before age 62, or died before attaining age 62. The age you start collecting Social Security retirement benefits is an important consideration in terms of your COLA. This is something that they reported. Not everyone waits until their full retirement age, which is currently 66 or 67, depending on when you were born, to start collecting. If you wait until your FRA to claim your benefits, your PIA and monthly payment might be the same. However, if you claim your benefits at a different age, the SSA runs another calculation to adjust the PIA up or down for those who claim early or late. People who claim benefits before their FRA typically get lower rates, while those who wait until the age of 70 get the highest possible payment. So in some cases, you might get a higher COLA than 8.7 because Medicare Part B premiums will go down in 2023. These premiums are deducted from your Social Security payment, so you will have less taken out of your 2023 than in 2022. If you have already signed up for Medicare, this means your COLA increase might be above 8.7, which is amazing. However, your COLA could be less than 8.7 if you have already started collecting Social Security but plan to sign up for Medicare for the first time in 2023, because the Part B premium will now be withheld from your monthly Social Security payment, which could eat into some of your 8.7 COLA. This might be the case if you switch from original Medicare to Medicare Advantage plan in 2023 and elect to deduct MA costs from your Social Security payment. Now, for those on Social Security, I truly believe that everyone should be getting that 8.7% increase, not just a select few. Everybody needs help financially, and for those on a fixed income, I think you would agree that you need more money. Inflation hasn't been easy and it hasn't been kind, so this is where they should step up to really help you guys out financially. So in saying that, I want to thank you so much for watching. We do a ton of giveaways on this channel. If this is your first time, thank you so much for tuning in. We do a giveaway on the 22nd of every month, and all you got to do is follow these steps. Let us know you're the #1 fan, and we'll put your name into a drawing to win that prize. If you're like us and you like movies, then follow these steps to let us know that you love movies, and let us know which movie you think this quote came from.
What are you talking about? You gotta get back on duty. You're not a cop.
Yeah, you're right. I got this down the costume shop. But it can't hurt to pretend.
What a Weisenheimer.
I'm telling you guys, there's one of the reasons why I love those movies. They're so funny. It's just good laughter, good comedy movies. So then again, please stay safe, be warm. Don't forget to stay sanitized, keep your distance, stay safe, and until next time, I love you. I'm John Miro. Peace.